welcome back and thank you so much for watching. Today's testing basics are going to be Breton stripes. I said that's so strange, Breton stripes. Before we get into this one, I just wanted to ask you a quick question about the next one because I'm a little bit unsure on how to do it. I'm going to be doing trainers, which has been super highly requested, but I don't know whether to do a style of trainer, most likely a white leather one, and run from Stan Smith up to Saint Laurent kind of prices. Or would you rather see different styles of trainers? So like the Stan Smiths, Vans old school, and then I don't know what the high-end one would be, but I would find, you know, an expensive style of trainer. Let me know which one you prefer. I'm going to leave 2 comments below, and if you could just go thumbs up the one that you would rather see, that would be massively helpful for me to decide what to do next. If they're both really popular, I will do them both at some point, but I'll just do the most thumbs up one first, if that makes sense. So if you could please go and do that, it'd be very, very helpful, and thank you. But for now, Breton stripes. I love a Breton stripe, super Parisian, always feels very, very chic, especially for the spring and summer when your outfits tend to be quite pared back because you're losing the layers. It's a good way to inject a little bit of life into a really basic look. So 5 from high street to high end, you know how it works. We're going to start with ASOS, which was £12. Where is it? Here we go, £12. Everything's inside out because I've been wearing it, so apologies for that. I got this in a size 10. It's quite an oversized fit. Top wise, I always go for a 10. I've got relatively big-ish boobs, but I am quite a slim build, but I find too tight just pulls over the boobs and then kind of is quite tight under the armpits because of that. So I do tend to go for a 10. I think I could have got away with an 8 with this one. It's quite an oversized fit, as I just said. It's 65% cotton, 35% polyester, has a really nice boxy fit. It's very soft but also has quite a nice structure to it, which is something I always look for in a t-shirt. I like it to have a good shape when it's tucked into your jeans and to not sort of hang over the waistline of your denim or any trouser, because I think that's quite unflattering. So I'm really impressed with this one from first impressions. It is navy and white, majority white, as in when I say that I mean that the white stripe is thicker than the navy one, and it has the white collar here. It doesn't have any white cuffs or hemline either. Very, very simple boxy fit, but fits really nicely and feels really nice on as well. And I think the difference in the, as we're going to see for other ones, it can really vary how the whole top looks depending on the thickness of the stripes and which colour dominates as well. So this one definitely feels like a lighter one. Moving up from there, we have COS. This is £17, so I very deliberately picked this because that's just £5 more than the ASOS one, whereas would consider COS to be a much, much more premium brand than ASOS. You know, like a top and COS, if a top and COS is £60, I'm like, fair enough, that's what I expect to spend on a top. Whereas if a top on ASOS was £60, I'd be like, oh, that's expensive for ASOS. So to say there's just a £5 difference, I thought that was quite interesting because COS, you would assume, is a much better quality brand because of the price points it holds. So this one is long sleeved. In this one, the navy and the white are the exact same width, so it has quite a balanced look to it. But then it has the navy collar rather than the white one. It has a slight scooped hem and also long sleeves. Sizing wise, oh, this is 100% cotton as well. It's softer than the ASOS one, but it hasn't got as much of a structure to it. But the sizing also contributes to that. This is actually an extra small. When I go for something long sleeved, I like the sleeves to be quite skinny so that they look good when they're fully, you know, rolled down but also rolled up. And so that being skinny is an important part of that. So I went for an extra small, and it does still have a really good fit through the body. It is tighter, it doesn't hang straight down off my boobs. It is a little bit tighter, but I think it still looked really, really nice. So I went for that size. And yeah, it definitely doesn't have the boxy, structured fit that the ASOS one does, sorry. So we'll see. Next one up is Urban Outfitters. This was £24. I got this on in a size small. It's long sleeve like the COS one. Extra small would have been skin tight on me. This one fits really nicely. Very tight fitting, and the material definitely lends itself to that. It is, what is it, 95% cotton, I think. 94% cotton and 6% elastane. And it almost feels like a thin knit. It isn't, but it has that sort of texture. It's quite stretchy. I think this one wouldn't work as an oversized fit. Really lends itself to being quite skinny fitting. And importantly, the narrowness of the stripes make that way more flattering. I personally don't like super thick striped ones because when you've got boobs, it's just as like they underline your boobs almost. Don't find it the most flattering. So if you are someone who feels a little bit about a horizontal, this is horizontal, horizontal, yeah, stripe, then going for something that's thinner will make it more flattering. And in this one, the dark colour dominates over the white because the navy stripe is thicker. So again, having a darker colour on will make it a little bit more flattering too if you're worried about that. But this one looked great skinny because of the thin stripes. I actually think it lends itself really well. It has a ribbed white collar and also ribbed white cuffs on the sleeve, which I personally really like. And yeah, it's a really good fit. It does feel very different to the other two, which is interesting. So that was £24. Next one up from there is whistles. Literally every single one of these is inside out. Obviously on the cutaways you'll be seeing them the right way around. This one I'm going to have to turn the right way around though because it has a little motif on the breast. This was £45. So this one interestingly is 50% polyester, 50% viscose. Let me just check that on this label as well. This one is selling out everywhere, which is so annoying. I got mine in, 70% viscose, 30% polyester it says. I got mine in Selfridges. I'm desperately going to try and find a link, but it is selling out everywhere. And I think that is just because it says Claire Bon on the breast here. That might be a thing, it might not be your thing. This is completely different in how it feels to the others. I'm hoping you can see from the way it's hanging. It's almost like a silky texture. It's very soft and loose, and from picking it up on the hanger I definitely wouldn't have gone for it, but the sales assistant in the shop was wearing it and it looked really nice on. Had I not seen it on, I would have touched it and gone, no, not enough of a structure to that cotton. It's not even cotton, but she looked really good in it. So I tried it on and was pleasantly surprised by the structure it has, even though it is this super soft material. Obviously it makes it incredibly comfortable. It feels really nice to wear because it just is like a silky texture. It's lovely, but doesn't have as much structure as the ASOS one at all, and it is an oversized fit. I got a small in this, which I think equates to around a size 8 to 10. I'd actually say a size 10 in whistle sizing for this because it is quite an oversized fit. But yeah, I think there's going to be positives and negatives to be said about that, the weight of the fabric. And yeah, I think it's black. I think it's black and white this. It's so hard to tell. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this stripe is black and white and quite a thin one as well. And then the embroidered Très Bon is in red. So finally we have MAJE jeans. This one was £95. I could have gone way higher on the prices for the most expensive one. There are t-shirts which are like over 300 quid on Net-a-Porter. I just think that's a bit obscene. I don't think I'd ever spend that much money on a t-shirt. £95 I still think is pretty excessive for such a basic item. MAJE jeans, I know this is a really popular brand for Breton t-shirts, so I thought I'd give it a go. 100% cotton this one, and I went for a pink colour. I know traditionally a Breton would be navy or black, but as I always say, I've got 5 of the damn things now, so I wanted something a little bit different. I'm not sure if this is available in navy or black, but if it is, I will leave a link for it in the description box. It's a beautiful oversized fit and quite cleverly done. It has short sleeves, but they're longer. It sort of comes to just above your elbow. And the seam on the shoulder is dropped down a little bit, which means if you are generally not a fan of an oversized fit because you find it quite flattering, can be quite drowning, but you like the look, you could go for a relatively slim fit through the body with this one, but the way that the seam is on the shoulder is naturally going to make it look oversized and super boxy. So you could size down in this one, definitely. I got a size small in mine, did I? It doesn't have the size on it, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, size small, could have easily gone with an extra small for this, and as I said, it would still have looked really oversized. The fit of it is great, and I do think that's a really clever way of doing a t-shirt. It's 100% cotton, which is like the COS one, but interestingly it feels more similar to the ASOS one, and that they're both the heaviest and the most structured and just the thickest feeling t-shirt, which is going to give it that boxy fit that I love. The whistles and the COS one are slightly more similar, and then the Urban Outfitters one does feel completely different to the others. Yeah, the lighter colour of this makes it very spring-like. Pink's a massive colour for the upcoming seasons as well, so it'd be a great way to dip your toes into the trend with quite a simple item. So that was MAJE jeans at a size small, and very expensive, £95 for a flipping t-shirt, but the fit of it is great. However, I think it's interesting that it feels the most similar to the cheapest one that we have here. So we shall see how they get on. You know how it works now. I'm going to wear them over the next week. Then I'll wash them all. That's such an important part of this. I'll wash them all, dry them all, see how they do with a bit of a wash, and then share the final thoughts. Hey guys, I have on the first Breton stripe today. I've gone with ASOS. So far, I'm really liking it. It's so comfortable. I better show you properly, shouldn't I? It's really comfortable. It's very soft. I love the size. I really like the neckline. absolutely no complaints about this one at all so far. I'm just wearing it with, I'm going to Paris today, so I dressed in my most Parisian outfit that I could. And so I've got on my RAEY straight leg jeans, belt from Aritzia, Dear Francis Spirit boots. You're going to see a lot of boots in this, I think, because I'm making the most of boot weather while it lasts, because I know I'll miss it by like July. I'll be missing my boots. This incredible coat, which is new, it's from REDOUTE. It's like a cropped pea coat style, I really like it. And also very much liking my new Gucci handbag. So that is this outfit. I like it a lot. The t-shirt's really comfortable. Nothing else to say right now. Yeah. Everybody, I'm just wearing the MAJE t-shirt today. Yeah, that's what it's called. And I put it on with my Under the Stories straight leg jeans, Dear Francis boots, and this cropped jacket from REDOUTE. This is the same one that I had on the other day actually, isn't it? I'm in Paris now. I didn't bring, well, I did bring a lot, but not a lot of coats, so I'm wearing this one again. I really like this t-shirt though. I like the length of the sleeves. I think it's definitely going to be more fun to wear without jackets. It does come untucked quite a bit at the back and around the sides. It's not super long in the body. The ASOS one was easy to keep tucked in and looking nice in that sense, whereas this does come untucked. No comfier than the ASOS one, doesn't feel that much different. The neckline I probably prefer on the ASOS one as well, because it's a little bit tighter around the neck. So this is nice, but not necessarily worth so much more money than the ASOS one is what I'm feeling right now. Hey guys, I've got the Urban Outfitters one on today. Harry's just about to play a game, he's just sat here. Lean forward and stick your arm out.
I stuck my leg out just then.
Oh yeah. So sorry if the screen starts moving. Anyway, Urban Outfitters one today. It's a lot warmer than the rest, it's quite different. It feels almost like a fine knit rather than a cotton t-shirt, but it's really nice and skinny. I've had the sleeves rolled up and they still are staying relatively skinny down the arm. I wonder if they'll get skinnier once they've been washed. We'll definitely have to see. But really nice high neckline, which isn't sitting really tight. It's really flattering. I'm glad I've got the side that I got in this one. And it's been very comfortable. But the sleeves are a little bit short, so whether or not, I mean, I've got quite long arms, quite long limbed, so they wouldn't necessarily fit the same on you. And so I've just been wearing, I had it on with a leather jacket actually, RAEY straight leg jeans, and then my glittery J. Crew flats. Quite comfortable really, we've just been doing errands. But yeah, I do like it. Don't know if I like it as much as the other two, but I do like it. It's very different though. Hey guys, I've had the COS one on today. This is the one that's an extra small, and it definitely is, there's a mirror here, which is what I'm looking at. Definitely is tight around the arms, more so than the other ones. But it is really soft. The sleeves, I think the sleeves are good for being skinny. It just makes it slightly less comfortable than the others under the armpits. But then the fit around the body is the perfect amount of oversized for me. So yeah, I'm not sure. I suppose this one's been very directly compared to the ASOS one. This one's definitely softer, whereas the ASOS one feels a bit more structured. And I like the fit of the ASOS one and how it looks with outfits more than I do of this one. Can you see how it's like gathering over my boob and stuff? Anyway, outfit wise, I've just had on these super cool pink pants, which are from Dickies. I got them from Urban Outfitters. Gucci loafers, and then I've been wearing my MAJE leather jacket. That was the winner from the leather jacket testing basics. So I really like the outfit, but I would like it just as much had I been wearing the ASOS or the Urban Outfitters ones basically. And I guess the ASOS one's the most important one to compare it to, considering the similarities in price. Hello guys, I've had the whistles on today. I'll show you actually before I put my jacket on. This is probably the most comfortable because it's so soft. Almost doesn't feel like you've got anything on. It's really effortless to wear. The softness of it though, it's just not structured enough for me. It's more structured than I expected it to be from how it felt, because it feels like it's just going to have nothing to it. But it's still, I don't know, I still prefer the others I think. But it is beautifully soft, and the très bon is a nice touch, a redeeming factor I would say. So for the outfit, I've got on some vintage Levi Febrero ones, DORATEYMUR slides. Oh bloody hell! This isn't an outfit that you can buy really actually, because the blazer's vintage as well. Got a vestiaire, and then I also had my bucket bag. So satisfying the way that closes. So yeah, this was the look. Don't think it's benefited from the fact that this t-shirt was £45 as opposed to £12 though. If I'm honest, I'm literally going to go and put them all in the washing machine right now, so we shall be seeing how they all fare and then doing the final thoughts segment next. So all the t-shirts have just come out of the wash. They've all been washed in the same way, 30 degrees with the same washing stuff and dried on a heated drying rack. I say this every time, but I am going to remember to put a link for that heated drying rack in the description box because it's so good for drying your clothes, especially knitwear. It's really gentle on things as well, so I'm going to put a link, mental note, put a link for that in the description box. I like all of the t-shirts. We've had no disasters from the wash. They've all come out the exact same way that they went in. No signs on them that I feel like any of them are going to change that much long term. They all have fared really, really, really well. So for the most part, I don't think you need to invest in them at all. Like the MAJE one is nowhere near worth the price difference of the ASOS one. However, I do still really like it. So let's start with my least favourite, which is going to be the COS one. So obviously this one I was interested to see how it would compare to the ASOS one in particular. And I think ASOS actually do a better job of it, just because the fit of this is just off. It's just not quite right. It does really bunch under your armpits. It's probably the least comfortable one to wear. So it does bunch under your armpits, and any bigger size would be sacrificing the skinniness through the sleeves, and it just isn't the best fitting basically. Not the most comfortable fit either. So that's why this one's going to come in last place. And to say it is £5 more than the ASOS one, I would say save the £5 and go for the ASOS one, because the fit of that one is much more preferable. Maybe I would have been better with a small, but then, as I said, the sleeve thing. So yeah, it's the sizing that lets this one down. So that one is coming in last place. Next, I'm going to do whistles, because I think you are paying a lot for the fact you've got that très bon motif on it, and you're not desperately getting anything that fits that well. If you guys remember when I did the first ever testing basics I did was t-shirts, and the cheapest one we had was Zara. This feels like that Zara t-shirt, and I didn't like the Zara t-shirt. It was about £6 or something. It was really, really, really affordable. This feels most like that. That's what it reminds me of. And as I said, despite it feeling like that, it does have a relatively nice structure to it when tucked in, and the softness really makes it comfortable. Like, this is the most comfortable one out of all of them by far. It's just like silk on your skin, so it doesn't feel like you're just so comfortable in it basically. So if you were someone who isn't a massive stickler for the structure of items like I am, then I would say absolutely this is a fantastic t-shirt because it's so comfortable. However, considering it's not cotton like the other ones are, and the structure's not the best for my personal taste, I think it's a lot of money for such a plain t-shirt, and you really are simply just paying for the fact it's whistles and has that motif on it, which is a nice touch though. I don't mean that completely negatively, because I do like that touch. It's similar to the Comme des Garçons t-shirts, which I love because they're beautifully structured, where they have the love heart, brings something into it, but it is just the material of this that lets it down. I would 100% wear this around the house or even to bed. It's like pyjama level comfy, so not all negative for this. These next three I like equally, but this one's got to come next, so I'm going to put the Urban Outfitters one next. But I do really like this. As I said at the beginning, I think the fact this is mostly dark and is a really thin stripe is going to be the most flattering if you are feeling a little uncomfortable about going for a striped t-shirt. This is beautifully fitting. I like how skinny it is. I like how it's skinnier down the sleeves. In comparison to the COS one, this one fits so much better. I'd recommend, if you want a long sleeved one, I would recommend going for this one over the COS, absolutely. And even though it's a bit more, I think it's absolutely worth the extra price. It's the material that's a bit funny with this one. It's almost got a rib through it, but so subtle. But I think that definitely contributes to how it fits really skinnily and really hugs over the boobs and is really flattering. But it does make it feel almost like a knit, as I said at the beginning, despite it being a cotton top. It does just have a much more of a knit texture, which makes it feel less like a t-shirt, makes it feel less comparable to the others, but the fit of it is great. And I really like these cuffs on the sleeves. Simple things like that make a difference in really basic pieces, I think. So Urban Outfitters is going to be the next one. In second place is going to be the MAJE. Now, I don't think you need to go and spend this much money on a t-shirt, as I've said. However, I think this is a great t-shirt. Comparatively to the other ones, you don't get much more for your money. You are paying for the brand. It doesn't feel any nicer than the others apart from me. Well, it feels different to the others, most similar to the ASOS one, as I said at the beginning. But it's a fabulous t-shirt because I think the design of it's really good. It looks great on. I like the colour a lot. I like the fact that, as I said, the seam's a bit lower on the shoulder. It gives it such a cool, oversized look. Those simple design elements definitely help to elevate it into something way more interesting. Something I'd love to wear in the summer, just tucked into some jeans or something like that, and would look way more interesting than the other ones. So in some ways it feels absolutely worthwhile the money, because it's like you've got something that is a basic piece, but it's also interesting and feels quite special to wear. The structure of it's beautiful. It really hangs over the body in a flattering way, and it's just a really, really good t-shirt. No, I don't think you have to go and spend this much on it. It's a lot of money for a t-shirt. However, I've got no regrets for spending this much, which says a lot, because I think it's a daft amount of money to spend on a t-shirt, and I'm always expecting to regret things. Sometimes when I check stuff out for these videos, I'm like, oh my god, it hurts me. Like, I don't even want this. I don't want to spend £95 on a t-shirt. It's so expensive. So I'm always ready to regret that purchase and wish that I could have that money back. And I don't feel like that way about this one, which is definitely good. So if you wanted a bit of luxury and a super basic, I am impressed with this. However, the winner is ASOS. I think this is such a good t-shirt. It's a bit softer than the MAJE one. It doesn't have as much of a stiff feeling cotton to it, but the structure is not sacrificed on this. It looks absolutely great on. The neckline's fabulous. The sleeves are a really, really nice length. They're not a capped sleeve. It's a little bit similar to this one I've got on actually. And actually it's very similar fit to this, because the neckline also fits in a similar way. Quite nice and flat to the neck, and it's got a great boxy fit. For £12 I would buy this in every colour they have available. I would look for this t-shirt in their plain colours. This specific fit, I think they have done it really, 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 really well. It doesn't feel like you're sacrificing on anything to say the price is so much less than the other ones. And when you compare it to the Whistles one, it's just hard to justify spending that much money when this one feels like it fits, it looks better, it's washed exactly the same. It's not as comfortable because the Whistles one is like off the scale comfort, but it's not uncomfortable by any stretch of the imagination. It's an oversized t-shirt. In what way could it possibly be uncomfortable? So massively, massively impressed by this. Would buy this one again, would buy the MIH jeans one again. I also would buy the Urban Outfitters one again in different colours as well, but the first two wouldn't necessarily go and buy those again at all. So I hope you have enjoyed this one. It's been nice and simple, this one. I really enjoyed making this one after the leather jackets one, which took me such a long time. So this one's been really fun to make, so I hope you've enjoyed it. And I'll see you in the next one, which is trainers. So remember about giving a thumbs up to those comments, please, if you can. It'd be very much appreciated. So thank you.